Welcome back, guys. Let's move on and talk about a different aspect of performance that's not covered under Campbell's model. Let me start by saying that we often see different kinds of people when it comes to doing their jobs. On the one hand, we have the person who says, hey, that's not part of my job description. I'm not going to do anything you asked me to do. On the other hand, we have Little Miss Helpful who says, no problem. I'd be glad to help out. Anything extra that you'd like me to do, I'm happy to do it. Well, Miss Susie Helpful's behaviors are what we call organizational citizenship behaviors. Organizational citizenship behaviors, or OCBs for short, are tasks that support the organization, social and psychological environment in which the job is performed. They are tasks that go above and beyond what is expected and are not part of one's job description. If you've ever seen the movie Office Space, there's a clip that really illustrates well the concept of organizational citizenship behaviors. We'll post a link to this clip. In this clip, Jennifer Aniston is someone who doesn't understand why her boss wants her to engage in organizational citizenship behaviors, and let's just say she shows him how she really feels about organizational citizenship behaviors, or OCBs at her work. It's pretty funny. Researchers tell us that we can organize OCBs into a couple of categories. One is what we call altruism, and that is voluntary helping behaviors focused on a specific person. An example might be helping a coworker finish a task before a deadline, so it's focused on a specific person. The other aspect of OCBs is what we call generalized compliance. This is, again, voluntary behavior, but that's helpful to the organization as a whole. This might be things such as following rules or supporting organization goals. An example would be always arriving to work on time. A little bit more information on organizational citizenship behaviors. One thing that we know is that OCBs are generalizable to all jobs, meaning that they are important in every job that we have researched. They are related to job success and performance ratings. Also, we know that personality variables predict OCBs. So we examine a person's level of conscientiousness and agreeableness to see whether or not they might be likely to engage in OCBs. Unfortunately, there's the dark side of performance, or what we also call counterproductive work behavior, or CWBs. CWBs are behaviors that violate organizational norms and threaten the well-being of the organization and its members. Robinson and Bennett refer to CWB as being composed of two categories. One is the deviance, or behaviors directed towards the organization, and the other is deviance, or negative behaviors directed towards individuals. This is similar to the breakdown that we had for altruism and generalized compliance for OCBs. Using Robinson's and Bennett's conceptualization of CWB, interpersonal deviance refers to voluntary behaviors that are destructive and directed at individuals. These would be examples such as harassment, gossiping, bullying, or fighting with coworkers. But then there's organizational deviance, which is voluntary behaviors that are destructive and directed at the organization itself. Examples here would be theft, damage to property, and absence. If you get a chance, you can also see another Office Space clip that clearly illustrates counterproductive work behaviors. Keep in mind, this is not exactly PG rated, though. Another way of classifying counterproductive work behaviors is a model put forth by Spector and his colleagues. Spector and his colleagues say that you can divide counterproductive work behaviors up into the dimensions of abuse, sabotage, withdrawal, production deviance, and theft. A little bit more information on counterproductive work behaviors. Counterproductive work behaviors, or CWBs, generalize to all jobs again. So they are negative and things we don't want to see in all jobs. Again, they are related to job success and performance ratings, and we know that job attitudes predict counterproductive work behaviors. So now that we've added this all on, let's take a look at how this might look by reviewing my own job. So task performance are tasks that are formally recognized aspects of the job. So in my own job, lecturing, grading assignments, advising, and supervising would be examples of tasks that are formally recognized in my job description. Organizational citizenship behaviors are, again, tasks that support the organization's social and psychological environment in which the job is performed but are voluntary. So, for example, volunteering at student activities or helping coworkers would be examples of OCBs in my job. And finally, there are CWBs, which are negative behaviors that violate organizational norms and threaten the well-being of the organization and or its members. An example of CWBs that I could engage in would be taking money for grades, stealing office supplies, gossiping, or setting an office on fire. And that's all that I have for today. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.